old name of the Strait of San Bernardino, which was Embocadero. Okay, so that is the strait that would separate Bicol from the Visayan Peninsula. Okay, and of course, na-mention na rin kanina ni Jazz, Bicol is surrounded by many gulfs and bays. No? Nakita ninyo kanina, Pacific Seaboard, the San Miguel, the Lagunoy Bays, and the Albay Gulf. On the Sibuyan Seaboard, you could see the Sorsogon, Panganiran Bays, and the Ragay Gulf. Okay? So, there are also many coves and islets. Padagdag ko lang doon sa sinabi kanina ni Jazz. No? We have the well-known coves and islets in the Bicol region. Hindi siguro ninyo ito alam. And these are located in Camarines Sur, specifically in Lagunoy Bay. And that's the Atulayan Island, a very beautiful island which you could visit. For those of you who, you know, are into tawag natin dito, are into adventures, are into tourist hiking and hopping, into tourism hiking and hopping stuffs, you can visit the Atulayan Island, no, in Sangay. This is in Sangay in Camarines Sur. This is located within already the perimeter of the Lagunoy Bay, and you could see there the very beautiful Atulayan Island, no? Just an augmentation to Jazz. Okay, so we are also blessed with one of the most fertile basin lands in the country. Now, that is why noted sa atin yung Bicol River. Okay, Bicol River is actually one of the biggest and longest rivers in the country, and this would spanning the provinces of Camarines Sur, specifically the city of Naga. Then hindi lang Irigame, I correct on this, no, because the Bicol River also would span throughout the Rinconada area. For those coming from Rinconada here, ano po yung kasamang mga towns sa Rinconada? We have Nabua, we have Batu, we have Buhi, we have Baaw, no? So ang mga rivers po dito sa mga towns na to, these still form part of the famous Bicol River. If you go to the city of Naga, you would see there that river na kung saan ginaganap yung pagsakoy baga kay ina, kay Our Lady of Peña Francia. Okay, so you would see that big river there. That's part of the Bicol River. That's not Naga River. That's already Bicol River. And this river would traverse from Naga, hindi lang, Kamsur, all throughout Kamsur hanggang Cam Norte to, no? And then dito naman sa Kamsur, specifically spanning through the Rinconada areas hanggat makarating siya sa Albay. So this is actually the biggest, kaya known siya as the biggest waterway in the region. But of course, 2/3 of which lies in Kamsur. Okay, so please take note, don't underestimate that river. And malalim po siya. Lalo na po pag talagang high tide at malakas yung ulan, tag-ulan, malalim po siya. Pag summer, medyo may parting mababaw, pero most of the time, indefinite po yung lalim ng river na yon. Kaya wag kayong basta-basta magsiswimming doon, baka magkarulunod kayo. Lalo na pag malakas yung current, baka ianod kayo, pulutin kayo sa Pacific Ocean na. Okay? So that's it. Kasi ang labas nito, ano na, Cam Norte na, and then labas na nito Pacific Coast na. Kaya nakakaawa naman kung tayo ay ianod dito sa river na ito. Okay? So, on the eastern side, you would see close to the Pacific Seaboard, you could see the Bicol Cordillera, which is characterized by a chain of extinct volcanoes like Mount Scolasi in Cam Norte, Labo, Isarog. Siguro yung iba sa inyo nakita na itong mga mountains na to, no? These are some of the famous mountains, no? Along or located in the so-called Bicol Cordillera. Mount Iriga, Malinaw, Masaraga, and of course, of all these mountains, no, you could see, or volcanoes, you could very much, you are very much aware of the active Mayon volcano, which dominates all of this, okay? The most popular of which, okay? Now, of these volcanoes and mountains. Okay, so you know that. So we have the natural lakes, just like what Daphne had said. You have the Lake Buhi, which is known for its tabios. Bato is also known for its, Buhi and Bato are also known for their tilapia, no? Your favorite tilapia. So alam na po natin yan, no? So guys, may I also share with you, kasi hindi siguro na-mention ni Jazz, yung ancient name of Bicol. Actually, the oldest dates back during the early Spanish time. The earliest name given to our region was Tierra de Ibalon, or the land of Ibalon. Yan, in English, okay? Tierra de Ibalon, no? The earliest recorded name was Ibalon, from the Bicol term balon, balon meaning provisions, abundance, plenty. And E means there is. So if you will have to literally put together the etymological definition of ibalon, that would mean that there is provision. There is, when we say ibalon, in English, it means there is provision, there is abundance, there's plenty. Oh, so yun yung literal na etymological definition ng term na ibalon. No? So now you know, no? So ito po ay binigay ito nung time pa ng mga Kastila, no? So most probably, hindi most probably, definitely our Spaniards, the colonizers, the Spaniards, the early settlers, early conquistadores, no, who arrived in our region, practically they have observed and they have witnessed, no, the richness of this region. No? Kasi kung titingnan natin, napaka-diverse ng ating resources. Kanina sinabi na nga ni Jazz, we have the mountains, we have the rivers, we have the seas, we have the streams, we have the lakes, we have the volcanoes. Ano pa meron sa atin? Ano na tayo? Gateway na tayo sa Pacific, no? So we have the ocean. Oh, lumampas tayo dito sa may coastal points ng Catanduanes, makikita na natin yung Pacific Ocean dyan. So, nakaangkla sa atin yung Pacific Ocean. So, ano pang meron sa atin? We have forests. Okay? We have diverse resources, marine, we have the diverse flora and fauna species. So, basically, napaka-rich ng ating region. No? Hindi nga lang natin malaman kung bakit talaga hanggang ngayon, no? If you will study demography, no, you will note that Bicol region still lags behind of all regions, no? Nagtaas-taas naman kita. Before, we're the poorest. We're the most depressed region, no? In the early times, maski nung year 1990s, ganon. No, nandun tayo sa pinakababa. Buti yun, umangat-angat tayo. Medyo natalo tayo ng arm. Pero still nandoon pa rin tayo. So what's in the region? No? Ito yung challenge ngayon sa atin sa Bicol cultural development. What is the big question mark that, would draw the Bicol region into its deepest recesses? No? Ano ang meron sa atin? No? Tatandaan po natin. Siguro ito yung point of reckoning point sa atin lahat, no? Point of reflection, no? Ibalon, the name itself pala, madam, means there's abundance, no? There's plenty, no? But then, bakit ganito? No? Bakit naglalag behind tayo in terms of regional development? Why do we lag behind? Yan. Is it because of the resources? Is it because of, sabi nila, ay kasi palaging binabagyo yung Bicol. Yan, sinasabi natin yon. Kasi palaging may, calamity, may natural disasters. Ganun po ba? Pero with climate change, with the advent of climate change, halos lahat naman walang pinapatawad ngayon, di ba? Yung mga hindi bagyuhin noon, yung mga hindi lapitin ng calamity noon, ngayon, iyon na rin. So where is the problem? Where does the problem lies? Yan ang i-analyze natin sa Bicol Regional, cultural development. I think it all boils down to the culture that we have. And again, I repeat, it all boils down to the kind of people that we have. Yeah. Kaya magpagmuni-munian po natin ito. Tatandaan ninyo, bawat isa sa atin, each one of us is a contributor to our regional development. Each one of us. Even if you're just a small speck, no, in this regional, so-called regional development. Even if you're just a karayom, in this voluminous, huge conglomeration of entities that would form part of the so-called development, you are all part of it. You are a potential part of it. And always make it a point to always think that you can always be part of the making or of the unmaking or undoing of this so-called development. Meaning, in simpler terms, you can make or unmake our region. Mhm. So the future of our region lies on your hand. It's not really with the calamities. It's not really with the resources that we have, the natural resources that we have. It's not really with all this flora and fauna species that we have, but the development of Bicol is in your hands, my dear students. No? Especially sa inyo na may Bicol Regional Development. It's not enough for you to memorize all the things that just told you. It's not enough for us to memorize what Ma'am Nani has been presenting here, or your future webinar speakers would be presenting here. No, it's not enough. No, what is important in this subject is your self-reflection, self-introspection, the deepening part of yourself. Who am I? Yan. That is the biggest challenge. Who am I? To either make or unmake the region that cuddles me now. Okay? Tatandaan po natin yan. Okay? So, later on, no, gusto ko lang bigyan sa inyo, no, yung tawag nito, karagdagang information, no, na later on, the region was named Bicol, but this came from the vocabulary term Bico. No, we know that in Bicol, pag sa Bico, meaning twisted. No, this is a description of the river's lither-like course as it moves towards the Pacific Ocean. No, so this is something to do with the term Bico. Has something to do with the famous Bicol River. No, that is twisting. No, twisting rivers lither-like coursing through as it moves towards the Pacific Ocean. So Bico, meaning the river, the Bicol River is Bico, twisting like, slither like, no, as it goes through, moves out to the Pacific Ocean. So later on, as time went by, naging Bicol na po siya, na-change na po yung ibalon sa Bicol. Okay? So just an additional information sa atin. No? So alam na natin yung mga provinces and cities, no? Basic ito, wag po nating kalilimutan ito. Baka mamaya sa inyo meron pang hindi nakaka-memorize ng mga provinces and cities natin. Naku, grade 1 pa lang tayo, tinuturo na to. Okay? And of course, please take a look at the how sprawling our region is. No, this has been shared also by Jas kanina po. Okay, so you could see that Camarines Sur is in the biggest and the smallest is Catanduanes. Okay, no, so na-mention this din kanina ni Jas that the region has 6 provinces, 4 of which are contiguous. Ito yung Albay, Surcam Norte, and Sorsogon. So you could reach these provinces by land. Sige, mag-long drive lang kayo na tuhog-tuhog na to. Connected na tong mga provinces na to. Except for 2 island provinces, Masbate and Catanduanes. We still don't have the network of roads going there. Okay, let's say you pamamasbate from Sorsogon ngaya, pamasbate ka, may road, wara pa po kayan. O kaya ngaya from Tabaco, maduman ka sa Catanduanes, definitely wara pa po kayan. Okay? So, yun po guys. No? So makikita po natin dito. Oh, by the way, yung Catanduanes, no? Alam niyo po ba na ang Catanduanes is also renowned as what? the Caribbean island of the Philippines. Kahit ito maliit, no? Pero ito ang tinatawag na Caribbean island ng Philippines. Huwag ninyong kalilimutan, no? And of course, yung Masbate, maganda rin ang Masbate. Sino mga taga Masbate dito? Hmm? Sino yung mga
Ako po, ma'am.
taga-Masbate? Wow! Ako di pa ako ate nakapakatanduanes, in fairness. Ano no, Masbate pala. No, pero ang ganda-ganda daw ng Masbate.
Opo, madam.
Oo,
Nagayon.
sana. Oo, alam nyo, Nathalie, ikaw taga-Katanda, ay no, Masbate ka ate, di ba? Okay, ang ganda
Yes
daw
po.
ng Masbate. I haven't been there. And also Catanduanes, oh my God, these are my dream places. The Caribbean island of the Philippines is known as Catanduanes. Kahit na maliit lang po siya, pero my God, maganda nakikita ko sa pictures, sa social media. Ang ganda-ganda pala ng Catanduanes, no? And including the Masbate rin, no? Ito yung mga talagang gustong-gusto kong puntahan. Time will come, no? I'm crossing my fingers. I will be visiting siguro this summer, no? Pag okay na ano kasi na udlot yung mga ano natin, yung mga travel natin, di ba? Because of this COVID. So anyway, Bicol is such a promising island, guys. Sayang, napakaganda. Pumunta tayo sa Masbate, you know, stories, no, given to me, narrated to me about Masbate. Also, Masbate is a very promising island. No? Same with Catanduanes. Lahat, pati Sorsogon, napakaganda. Kung magta-travel ka ng Bicol, napakaganda niya. Talagang potential siya. So, kaya nga lang, talagang siguro there are just some stuffs in our culture that we need to, you know, polish. No? Specifically, the values. Ako ang inaano ko dito, it's more on the values of the people. It's more on the innate character of the people. Hindi lang po yung resiliency natin. So we will be discussing that. No, yung resiliency natin, pagiging strong natin, strong ka pero may attitude ka, nag-a-attitude ka. That's not good. Okay, so we will still discover more on this. Okay, so thank you very much again for Jazz for giving us the very comprehensive presentation
Thank you,
about
Jazz.
topic. Okay, so yung susunod, wag pong matatakot, wag maninervyos. Ganun lang naman po tayo, no? Just to refresh us. Alam naman ninyo to. Itong Bicol Cultural Development, yung mga inputs natin dito, alam naman natin, sabihin nga ni siguro na, ay, pwede ko namang i-google yan. Oh, pero hindi iyan ang point. Ang point dito, we also have to review ourselves. Meron ako mga stories sa inyo later. May mga inputs din ako sa inyo na siguro hindi nyo pa nakita sa mga books. And they are not even stated in the internet. But I will be sharing that with you. Okay, sige. Next meeting daw, mag-graded recitation ako. May paunang baraha ako sa inyo sa next meeting. Ang makasimbagkaan, may 10 points sa midterm o finals. Midterm pala. Tayo na maiinat midterm. Ay, ano daw nga ito, madam? Okay, magtagabasa-basa man ka mo. Magtaga-apot-apot sa mga lolo, sa mga lola, lolo, lola, ano man lamang ang kagayunan sa Bicol, anong istorya lamang sa Bicol, ang aram mo, start, you know, getting or gathering all these beautiful insight stories and inputs about our region. Okay, para naman pag nagdi-discuss tayong ganito, no, you can also have your inputs. Don't hesitate po pala, no? Halimbawa pagkatas ng discussant, no, mag-raise kayo ng hand ninyo. You just click on the raise hand button there and then you share. Ma'am, meron po ako by the way. Kasi hindi naman nangangahulugan may monopoly of knowledge po ako tsaka yung ating discussant, no? Siyempre limited din yung mga resources natin. But there are very rich resources that we could get, no, from the stories and experiences of our co-Bicolanos. And don't hesitate to share that with us. Okay po? So this is all for now po. Pero bago yan, again, flash your camera for our attendance. Okay, so I hope we're making sense with you. Hindi po ba ako naputol, Clarence? Hindi ako naputol? Hindi naman?
po, ma'am.
Okay. Just chat me, not just chat through the chat box. No? Kung halimbawa, ma'am, choppy ka or what. Alam mo na ang internet natin. Jazz, congratulations, Jazz.
Thank you po, madam.
Model resource speaker na kayo si Jazz. Okay, yung iba, I know you can do it well. Okay? So if Just was able to make it, bakit hindi po kayo? Lahat naman kayo dito, I know you are all talented. Okay, ready? Mag-screenshot muna po ako. Okay, for our attendance today, you may switch on your video. Okay? Yan. So, meron po pala akong na-notice na mga dumating, no? So, doon ko na lang sila i-screenshot doon sa may ating itong ano na to, tawag nito, chat. Yan, dito. Para dito nakikita ko talaga literal yung mga nakapasok. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait a minute po kasi hindi po siya nakaka-copy pag sunod-sunod yung sunod-sunod yung screenshot na notice ko, hindi siya nakaka-copy. Okay, so please hang on there, my dear students po, ha? Hang on po kayo kasi I'm copying the Meet. Alam nyo naman, ito talaga ang new normal ngayon. So, nagtapos tayo kay Chevy Nasol. So, punta na tayo ngayon kay Christian. Magtatapos tayo kay Miss Harilia. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait a minute din po. Okay, copy na naman natin. Ganito talaga tayo. This is the new normal. Alam nyo, kung hindi, pagagalitan ako ni Sir Ian nito. Joke lang, Sir Ian, peace ha. Okay. Nagtapos ako kay Daphne. Pupunta tayo ngayon kay Mr. Dado hanggat kay Mr. Verches. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yan. Isa pa po. Kasi baka hanapin ni Dean. Ikaw na yung Madam Perez. Okay. Nag-send ka ba ng module mo? Kasi modular ka? Of course. Nag-send ka ba? Meron ka bang screenshot? Of course. Ayan, si Mr. Verges. Start naman tayo kay Miss Zepeda hanggat kay Miss Gutierrez. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yan. Nahanap ko ni Sir Ian. Papakita ko pa itong mga pictures nyo kay Sir Ian. Sir Ian, ito na yung mga anak-anakan mo sa sociology. Yan. Alam nyo, ganito tayo. Naku, nakakatawa nga kung minsan isipin itong mga to, pero wala tayong magagawa, guys. And of course, nagtapos tayo kay Natalie. We have Pamela at magtatapos tayo kay Miss Marqueses. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ang dami, no? Yan. Mabuti na yun para at least nakikita natin, guys, kung sino ba talaga yung nakapin. Okay. Okay, one more. Ito pa, dami nyo. Ang dami sa sociology. Nagtapos tayo kay Vessel hanggat kay Miss Hove. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This will be the last. Okay. So, ay nako, maraming salamat sa pagpaunlak ninyo for this class. We hope to meet again next time. Okay na po. Yan. So, next time tayo ha, magkita-kita ulit tayo sa Monday, no? For our next lecture. Maganda ang mga lessons natin dito, no? It's so